Hello, friends and followers. So I apologize for the amateur radio track that my channel has been taking lately, but this is what I've been kind of doing lately. So here we have a Drake AC-4 power supply, and I found this wasn't working last night. I didn't have any 650 volts. I had about 500 volts. Anyway, there's a high voltage section in this thing. The transformer puts out about 250 volts, so I did measure on these red secondaries here about 250 volts, and then they had some diodes here and some capacitors that were used to rectify the 650. 650 comes over and it basically attaches to this point here and then goes into the radio. Anyway, there's a kit on eBay that I've just bought, and you can look at this here. It's about $84, and this kit is made by a guy in the USA who retrofit the Drake power supply, and I thought this is probably the best bet for me in that I looked up buying capacitors individually and all that, and it was a real headache. So initially I thought I was going to just try to fix what's here, but my time is valuable as yours is, so I thought this thing for 84 bucks is the best way to go, and that's what I bought. So anyway, so in the pictures he has on this site, it says all the capacitors are removed. So I've now removed all the capacitors. And I think in my high voltage section, one of these diodes was either weak or something. I had hum and I had no high voltage. I had some, but not enough to get good plate current out of this. Good plate current when I was operating from the transmitter. I tried the TX4B and the TR4, and both the TR4 kind of worked okay. Anyway, here's the capacitors that were in this thing. You can see a whole bunch of them I pulled out. Anyway, this is what was in this thing to give you a rundown in case people want to know in the future. That's pretty much what's in these. And this 100, 150 volt, that's identical, I think, to this one. So yeah, there's, no, that's different. That's, wow, that's a compound capacitor. So that's a 4150, 4150, and this one is a 100, 150. So these with the paper on them are meant to be isolated. So this tab is not grounded, and this is insulated from the chassis, and that's made so you can have certain power supply configurations. And of course, this can would be hot, so they have paper on it to protect the human inside this thing trying to work with it. And this one was part of the high voltage circuit. Excuse me, 125 at 450. And I think this one's identical. 125 at 450, yes it is. However, this one again has the isolation from chassis on it with the adapter plate. Anyway, these are going to go into the trash can, I suppose. But they're here for reference. And then this one I think was for the low voltage power supply. 100 mics, 100 to 350, so. This probably still worked. I think most of the stuff still worked. I don't know. I just didn't want to mess around with this thing going on for hours or days. Just buy the kit, fix it, and be done. So most likely remove these diodes that are 52 years old. Take all the wires off this bias adjustment pot. Clean off all this stuff, and then I'll be ready for the new boards coming in with new capacitors and diodes. So that's about it from the top here. And from what I can see from the guy's site, you want to get this stuff all cleaned out. So let's take a look again at this stuff. There's his boards. I really didn't want to put boards in this thing, but I thought, yeah, me screwing around with this thing is just going to be awful. So I like the fact that these mounted above the holes where the capacitors were. I guess there's some counterfeit board that works by screwing onto the transformer, and I just didn't want to mess with that. So what's he saying this is unmodified. I guess that's when it's done. Yeah. So anyway, that's pretty cool, right? So I'll just clean this thing up to match the pictures he has on eBay and get ready for the big fix. All right, well, that's about it. I'm hoping to have these drakes working sometime here, and maybe use them someday. Okay, well, thanks for watching. A little bit of radio fix-it therapy here. Have a great day.